I'm the producer of this reading today. The reading actually takes part of a much larger new musical theatre season, which I'm currently producing at the London Theatre. And Merman's Apprentice has enjoyed 2 sellout shows there already, so we're really happy to be presenting it today as an industry reading. Without further ado, I'd like to pass you on to Stephen Cole, the book and lyric writer.
Hello, everybody. And that's David Evans, the composer. He would sing it, I'm talking it, because I know the words. So, Merman's Apprentice, first thing I need to tell you is it's 90 minutes, no intermission, so don't be thinking there's an interval. There is not. And I really knew Ethel Merman, so this story came out of knowing the real person, although it's about a little 12-year-old girl who meets her, and I'm not a little 12-year-old girl. I was once, but the great thing about knowing Ethel was she was a really down-to-earth, real New York lady, besides being a great star. She'd come to my apartment and sit cross-legged on the floor, and we would watch videos of her. and I remember one time we saw this very old film from 1930, and she was looking and listening. She said, "My voice sounds so tinny. I sound like Ann Miller." That was the Ethel I knew. And the reason I wrote this show was I was commissioned to write a musical called Merlin's Apprentice, and I made a mistake, and I typed Merman's Apprentice. and it just started, this story started to happen, and I thought a fantasia about the real woman I knew and this 12-year-old girl, and I hope you have a wonderful time. So enjoy Merman's Apprentice. And so I'll tell you another Ethel story while she's gone. So, I was going to tell her to get her shoes. Shoes are very important. I remember Ethel also, one of the other, let's see, what was another time? Oh, there she is, she's got her shoes. Okay. Well, you have to make 2 entrances, don't you? So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Merman's Apprentice. Thank you.
Once upon a time, back before the internet, back before Netflix, DVDs, iPods, and iPads, there was a place called Broadway. And there were people with dreams. Come back with me to 1970, where everything seems possible. Listen hard, the overture is about to begin. God, how I miss overtures. My soul! That's enough of that. We don't want the orchestra going into overtime. Ah, look over there. Here's one of those dreamers now. Muriel Plackenstein.
Wow and a half! It says here in Variety that Ethel Merman, the greatest Broadway star that ever lived, is coming back to Broadway in Hello Dolly.
Muriel Plackenstein, put down that Variety and pick up your math book.
Junior high school period 1. And
Quiet! No talking, Muriel.
that's the way my life is day after day.
Muriel Plackenstein, report immediately to the principal's office.
Junior high school period 2. And
Quiet! Detention, Muriel!
well, Muriel Plackenstein's had quite enough of hushing and shushing and all of that stuff in my shy and quiet way. I got lots to say. One ticket to Broadway, please.
This was a little girl with a dream. You see, she was running away from home.
Watch out for the closing doors! Watch your pocketbooks and purses and all little girls going to Broadway! Keep it down!
No, not anymore. I want to be living out loud. I want to be noticed, not just one more face in the crowd. I want to be in it, not just at the show. I want to be heard every word up to the last row. I want to be
Change here for all uptown trains to Broadway.
I need to project.
She needs to project.
I'm gonna be living out loud.
Out loud.
I'm gonna be noticed, not just one more face in the crowd.
Face in the crowd.
I'm gonna be in it, not just at this show. I'm gonna be heard, every word up to the last row.
last row.
I'm gonna be a rock case, but still keep my voice.
Still keep my
I'm
voice.
gonna keep everyone awake and make a big noise.
What noise?
'Cause if you're quiet and do what's allowed, you'll never be out there, out loud.
Station stop, 42nd Street. Broadway!
I finally made it.
She made it,
Just
like she vowed.
Here are boisterous and rowdy, or how they say howdy. Where spotlights are sun and there's never a cloud.
Emerging from the subway into the light, Muriel finds herself under a magical marquee that reads Ethel Merman in Hello, Dolly, where she's confronted by a group of autograph hounds.
Hey, are you someone famous?
Oh, forget her! There's Ethel Merman! Hey, Ethel, look over here!
You don't mean it.
How many pictures do you need that loud abroad? You should talk. You have an autograph 156 times. You never know when she may die.
At her age, any minute.
Wow, don't you even like her? I mean, she's the greatest star on Broadway.
You like her? I love her! 6 Ethel Merman autographs got me 2 Carol Channings. She may be old and her chins may all sag. Maybe she looks like a trucker in drag, but she's a Broadway star.
You bet your ass, Rolly! That's what I told him. You bet your ass!
Maybe her perfume reminds you of booze, and she may use language a sailor won't use, but she's a Broadway star.
You're the one about the Jew, the priest, and Liberace.
Forget Angela Cheetah and Gwen, she's way ahead.
There are 2 stars on Broadway, Gertie and me. Let's face it, Gertie is dead.
In 1930, when she got her start, there were no mics and she tore it apart.
Some guy in China said he heard me fart.
Yes, she can project that far, 'cause she's a Broadway
So
star.
I told the costume designer, I don't care if it is the 1890s, I want to show some leg and cleavage.
Her cast may be cows and her waistline is gone.
Her eyes may have bags,
They're by Louis
but
Vuitton.
she's a Broadway star.
And it turned out that Josie had a bad case of diverticulosis.
Ethel, it's diverticulitis.
That's only if there's more than one.
Her hair may be hard,
And her men may be soft.
6 Cathy's pulled over.
And I only cough.
'cause she's a Broadway star.
She's the kind of a star they don't make.
Not anymore.
She will not burn her bra.
Because if I did, you'd all see my boots hit the floor.
There's Mary Martin. How can you not like a fairy, a nurse, and a nun on a bike?
Sure, Mary is sweet, but she's also a
She's a Broadway star.
Mary's okay if you like talent. Hey, no autographs. Get the heck out of my way.
juice.
This kid's cute. I like her.
What does a young girl like you know about an old...
Watch it, Goldie. Remember who got you your job. But he's right. Most kids your age don't know anything about musicals. They're too busy watching TV and listening to that newfangled rock and roll. How do you even know me?
Oh, I know everything about musicals, but especially you. I even know songs that were cut from your shows, like Mr. Monotony from Call Me Madam.
I don't even remember that.
An open act 2 in Boston and laid an egg, Ethel.
Thanks for reminding me. This kid is smart, Goldie.
Let's take it to lunch.
Sure, why not? Come on, kid, you look hungry. This is Goldie. He's been my rehearsal pianist since red hot and blue. Vincent, you look wonderful. Great haircut. How's the life? Tables are free. So, what's your name?
Muriel Plackenstein.
You're gonna have to change that.
That's what I told my dad.
Bring us the actor's menu. Just because you star in a show doesn't mean you made a money or that you should waste it. Vincent has a perfectly good menu with lower prices that's made for starving actors.
So, why aren't you in school, Muriel?
I ran away to be a Broadway star.
Sounds reasonable. I'll have a little worse than Pumpernickel.
But becoming a star isn't that simple.
What the hell are you talking about, Goldie? It was easy.
Well, sure, for you. You just got out there on the stage of the Imperial Theater
And
and...
it was the Alvin.
She's right. Bring the kid a tuna on rye and a beer. Cheers for me.
And you wore a dress cut down to here and up to there and opened your mouth and then you sang.
I got rhythm.
Excuse me, but it was Sam and Delilah. Then 10 minutes later, it was I Got Rhythm.
She's right, Goldie. Vincent, bring me another beer. One more question, Muriel, who knows everything about me, and it's a little scary. Have you ever seen the movie All About Eve?
I don't know all about Eve, but I do know all about Ethel. Ask me what I know, it's all about Ethel. I put Merman into my permanent memory bank. That kid next door knows her Barbie dolls and Gershwin. But I know you know Irvin, Billing, and you knew Gershwin.
Kid, everyone knows I knew the greats, the near greats, and the ingrates.
Yes, but I know that Gershwin climbed up 5 flights to your dressing room during the intermission of Girl Crazy and said, Ethel, whatever you do, never go near a singing teacher.
That's exactly what he said.
Yes, all I know I owe to all about Ethel. I do well in you and I'm telling you, Ethel, thanks. I know that most kids know that Eve loved Adam, but I know Sally loved Cosmo and call me Madam. Others have tried but they can't call my bluff. I know all about Ethel and that's enough.
Okay, let's quiz her. 1934.
Anything goes.
1936.
Red, hot, and blue.
1939.
That's a trick question, cause that year she's starting to. Dewberry was a lady and stars in your eyes.
She's good.
But the next show was vital. Cause for the very first time, they put your name alone above the title.
Panama Hattie. Okay, Miss Muriel Plackenstein, who's going to have to change her name. If you can tell me who was my co-star in Happy Hunting, you can come to rehearsal with me this afternoon as my guest.
Wow and a half. Is that a promise? Happy hunting. Happy hunting. Fernando Lamas.
Right? I hated that guy.
Don't think I'm weird. I'm all about Ethel.
She's all about Ethel.
And I'm very smart and Mary Martin as well.
Watch it.
I learned that gimmicks are good for strengths, even though I don't know why this show's called Gypsy. Shouldn't it be the Ethel Merman show? Cause it's all about Ethel.
Like you're all about Ethel.
You know all about
Please follow me, Miss Merman. You count to 4, and then you hear the big blast of music on the 5th beat, and bring the newspaper down from your face, rise on 6, and start to speak on 7.
But after I bring the newspaper down on the 5th beat, after the blast of music, I am going to have to pause.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Muriel, can you please tell this stage manager why I might need to pause after revealing myself for the first time to the audience?
Because you're the greatest star that ever stepped on the stage of musical theater, and the audience is going to give you an ovation since you have been in Broadway musical for a while. Was that close?
Close enough.
Who is this child?
Who is this child? Muriel Blackenstein knows more about musicals than you can ever forget, young man. Muriel knows all about my career. Muriel knows that taking the post off an earring at the 5 and dime is not really stealing, and let's just say 10.
10 minutes, everybody. 10 minutes, Miss Merman. 10 minutes, Miss Blackenstein.
Showbiz sucks.
What? How can you say that? Here you are in the St. James Theater, the only theater on Broadway named for a saint, for Pete's sake. And you're rehearsing America's favorite musical.
I didn't say I didn't love it, I just said it sucks. It's all the crapola you have to endure to get to the fun part that makes you nuts. Take my producer, David Merrick. He will not let up on trying to get me to stay with the show more than 3 months.
I know you don't want to do long runs. Well, you said it on the Tonight Show.
You stay up late. I'm not getting a kid. Well, anyway, Merrick is obsessed with making Hello Dolly the longest running musical ever. And he's driving me bonkers. But Muriel, I always say you gotta take the rough with the smooth.
You said that in Gypsy.
I did? You sure? Well, it's true, ain't it? So what's the diff? You know, this is nice having someone to talk to during breaks. It reminds me of something.
Is it like your relationship with the little girl in Panama Hattie?
How do you know about that? What am I saying? Okay, Muriel, since you know so much, do you remember a song from that show that was cut in New Haven? What was it called?
You mean Chums?
That's it! Hey, Goldie! Remember that song that got cut in 1940 in Panama Hattie?
You mean this?
No, that's from Red Hot and Blue. Which was the show about the search for a girl who sat on a waffle iron.
They don't write plots like that anymore. So, do you know this song, Muriel?
Of course I do. I even know the dialogue between Hattie and the little girl at the man she's in love with.
Good! Let's do it for fun. I haven't sung just for fun since the Hoover administration.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I mean, I don't really know how can I sing with you? And hit it, Goldie! I've been a lonesome little type. No one to love, no one to like. Then suddenly it was all you, friend.
I was a solitary dame, alone and blue until you came. Oh, what a relief to call you friend.
Now I know.
And I know what gives a life its fizz. I've known it for many a year, and kiddo, let me tell you it is. Chums, when adversity comes, they are there with the rumps and cokes and clumsy jokes, as long as we're agreed.
What you need is pals to boost your morals. When you're left with a bag of crumbs, what's left?
Just chums, the kind that stick through thick and thick.
If it's quicksand quick, just call for help and you come.
No one else but your
Chums. Not even the fire department.
Not even J. Edgar Hoover in a dress.
Oh, Patty, you've never had a chum like me before.
What do you mean, kid?
I mean, someone who will tell you you wear too much makeup. Your clothes and shoes look like you bought them in a fire sale, and you have no social graces at all. That kind of chum.
Gee, I don't know whether to thank you or kill myself. What do I need when I'm down in the depths or dumps?
Chums! What do I crave when I'm struck by measles and mumps?
Chums!
Where do I turn when my teachers all give me an F?
Chums! Who can I shout at who wouldn't say, what are you, deaf?
Chums! Now I know
and I know
what gives a life its fizz. We both have the answer for that. is
Pounds.
just pounds.
Boost your morale.
2
When you're
gallons.
left with a bag of problems, what's left?
Just chums.
The kind that stick through thick and thick. If it's quick, say quick. Just call for help when who comes. No one else but your chum.
All the rest are just bums. Thank the lucky star that we are.
I'm feeling generous today, so you take the high note, kid.
Well. Is that song from our show?
Watch out. Here comes the abominable showman.
Hey, David, listen, the steps on the big dolly staircase have to be sanded. For Christ's sake, you want me to follow my ass on opening night? I don't know how Pearl Bailey didn't kill herself carrying that huge ego down the stairs every night.
And a lovely hello to you too, Ethel. And who is this?
David, this is Muriel. Muriel, what was that ridiculous last name again?
Blackenstein.
You're
You're
gonna have to change that.
I know.
Say, the kid has lung power, and she can sing obscure cut songs and hold her own with the Merman. Bet she could hit the second balcony without even trying. Might give you a run for your money, Ethel.
Muriel, this is David Merrick. He's the producer of the show.
Oh, of course. You're the name above the title on Gypsy and Destry Rides Again. That was a hard record to find. And I do. Starring Mary Martin and Robert Preston.
Did you see that show?
No. My dad said it wasn't worth the ticket price because there were only a cast of 2 in it. We went to go see a movie instead.
This kid is smart, and she wants to be an actress.
No, I want to be a star.
Well, I guess there is a difference. I've worked with many of the stars that couldn't act, sing, or eat with a fork, but they were stars. I didn't mean you, Ethel. So, Ethel, have you and your thief of an agent considered extending your contract to our show?
See, Muriel, David, I told you, 3 months and out.
No long runs.
Thank you. The kid is useful. So, what are you going to do for Muriel, David? Are you at least going to give a comps for my opening? What's the matter, David? Did you have a stroke? You look like someone just stole half your box office takes for the year.
Come with me, ladies. And you too, Ethel. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, David, your office looks like the inside of a blocked artery.
I like red.
No.
Sit down, ladies. Little Muriel has given me a brilliant idea.
Me?
I bet you're wondering what I'm going to say next. If this were one of my musicals, I could sing it.
Spill it, David. I'm only on a 10-minute equity break.
Ethel, you're the star and I'm your boss. Who's going to know? Marvin, would you please get in here?
Marvin Blackstone is David's general manager.
He doesn't look like he's in the army.
Marvin, when do we become the longest running musical in Broadway history?
Well, if we run, I mean when we run, Dolly will pass My Fair Lady's record run in September of 1970.
Yes, Marvin, Dolly will. I always pull us through to the next touchdown. Tell me, which Dolly broke all house records at the St. James's?
Pearl Bailey's Old Black Cat.
Right. And who would beat that record with her Broadway name of names if she only would choose to stay?
I don't want any more long runs. After this, I'm off to Hollywood. Pilot season. Mama's got to think about her bank account.
Leaving Mr. Merrick with a dilemma. Dolly's running down, Dolly's wearing thin. Fiddler's on my ass and the Jews might win.
You know, we can all hear you, David.
I resuscitated Dolly when she started getting duller. Ginger gave it snap, Grable gave it legs, and Burly Maid gave it color. Now Merman gives it loud. Here's my vow to stay ahead of Fiddler. I'm a scheme and plan it now. Yes, America's a fighter through and through. Though my name is anglicized, I'm one smart Jew. Merman won't stay put, and that gets me slightly riled. But maybe the key to my success will be child.
Child.
The child?
What child?
After Ethel eats for TV dough and pastures green,
Hey, I'm not dying here.
we will be the first Broadway show to have an all-child cast. Headed by Muriel Blackenstein.
You're gonna have to change that name.
But I can't star in a Broadway musical.
Why not?
Because I've never done it before.
You think that stopped Barbara Streisand when I discovered her and sold her wholesale? Whatever happened to her?
Hollywood.
Yes, that. Well, there's the first time for everything, little Muriel. Even I had to start in St. Louis.
But David, can she sing? Could Carol Channing?
Good Ginger Rogers.
The fact is, I've heard her sing, and she is great. Slap a small red dress on her, bring her down a miniature staircase, leave the rest to me. So, do you have an agent, kid?
No?
My kind of actor.
I'll make sure she's represented by my agent.
Really?
Don't get too excited, kid. Agents don't really do anything.
Then why have them?
Now she's got you there, Ethel.
You'll have to do an equity. Have you ever been on stage before? You know anything about show business?
Oh, wait a minute. This sounds like dialogue from Man and Get Your Gun.
Sometimes life imitates art.
Wait a minute. David, you're kidding, right? She's just a little girl, and she has to think about school and her dad and real life. I don't think this is a good idea.
Real life, Ethel? Real life? You and I know there's something much bigger and better than life. Showbiz is better than life. Life is just living without the laughs. We get applause and give autographs. Showbiz is better.
I've been in this business longer than you, David. It's not all Skittles and beer.
Showbiz is better than booze. I like my scotch and I like my wine, but I can get high on a sold-out sign. What could be better?
Come on, fellas. The kid needs to graduate junior high.
School is nice, but kid, you gotta choose a textbook or a scrapbook full of rave reviews of Times and News worth your union dues.
Showbiz is better than kids. You procreate and then set them loose.
Go produce, kids. Me, I'll just produce. For that, I don't need any alimony-seeking wife. Showbiz, showbiz is better than life.
4.5. This is like being in an MGM musical.
David, not everything is a song and dance.
Oh, Ethel, of course it is. Showbiz is better than sex. Sex is okay, but one day you'll know. Not every girl gets a standing O. Showbiz is better.
Showbiz is better than love. Love is divine when you're first embraced. Then you're old and you've been replaced.
Wait a minute. It's exactly like showbiz.
Take George Abbott, still alive at 83. The reason he lives on is...
Well, it ain't the dough
That brings on the glow.
It must be the show!
Really?
And the 10 girls he keeps at the Plaza Hotel.
Why, David, I never knew you could dance like that.
Join me, Ethel.
Why, are you coming along?
Showbiz!
Showbiz! All right, who can resist the song about showbiz? Hell, I made a whole movie about it. So, David, if you're serious about this, I will take the kid under my wing and teach her. I'll make sure she's well taken care of. By the time I'm done with my run as Dolly, she'll be ready to start rehearsals. Now, do you want that, Muriel?
I'll take that as a yes. Marvin, draw up the contracts and I will draft a press release. And if Hal Prince tries to cast little Ronnie Howard as Tevye, I'll sue his ass! Showbiz
It's better than life.
Life
It's a thing done from 9 to 5. We wait for dark to become alive. So pull out your drum, your cymbal, and your thigh.
and play a tune that says
Showbiz, showbiz. It's better than life.
Dad?
What is this place? Hell?
Dad, how did you find me? How did you know where I was?
Well, your note said you were running away to be a Broadway star. So I hopped on the train and got off where you and I always get off, 8th and 42nd. Then I got off at the 44th Street exit and,
The front of the train. You taught me that secret.
and then some autograph hound told me they saw Ethel Merman and some little girl with a suitcase full of records going to the St. James. I knew it had to be you. The rest was easy.
Well,
And then
well, Mr. Plackenstein, I presume.
Who are you?
Dad, this is David Merman. You know, the name above the title.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, David. My contract says that I can be the only name over the title of the show, and no one is supposed to have his name above mine or in bigger letters or
Later, Ethel.
Row and a half. You made Miss Merman stop talking. You must be a magician.
Mr. Plackenstein, you have a very special little girl here.
I know that. Come on, Muriel, we're going home.
Oh, but Dad.
And I have decided to groom her at great expense to be the next star of the biggest hit musical on Broadway.
Muriel is not going to be in Fiddler on the Roof.
Didn't I read that you turned down that show, David?
Dad, they want me to be the next Dolly in an all-child cast of Hallet. You remember? We saw it with Betty Grable.
Muriel, you're just a child.
That is precisely what makes her so unique.
Now, she is not going to do it.
Mr. Plackenstein.
David, Mo is right.
What?
What do you mean Mo is right? And how do you know her first name?
Muriel told it to me at lunch at Sardi's.
You took Muriel to lunch at Sardi's?
Yes, and Miss Merman stole 2 ashtrays from the table.
That's enough! You look like you could use a drink, Mo.
Well,
Maybe an old-fashioned?
leave out the cherry.
Leave out the orange.
Leave out the bitters.
Just make it a straight ride.
That's from Hannah Hattie.
I saw you in that in 1943.
1943, something for the boys.
Hey, why don't we go over to Downey's, Mo, and get us a little drink and talk this over? David, you don't mind if rehearsals end a little early today, do you? Of course you don't. Come on, Mo. Oh, and Muriel, I can't wait for you to meet Mom and Pop.
You have parents? And they're alive?
Wait till you meet them and you decide. Oh, and wait, let's see if you can get them with the red collar dress up a little higher. I want to show some light. Come on, Muriel. Come on, Mo. Goldie, don't forget you have an appointment with your chiropodist. Come on. Yeah.
That woman always did know how to make an exit. Oh. Marvin, Merman's gonna take the kid under her wing. Oh, wasn't that a shock? I want you to keep tabs on my little investment.
Yeah, sure, but David, now that we're alone, how are you really going to pull this off? An all-child cast, really?
That's the only thing left I haven't tried. It's either the kid or Jack Benny in drag. Of course, if Merman would stay on. But the important thing is that we break that long-run record. And I don't care if we have to get Lassie into that red dress. Ah, showbiz. Showbiz is better than life. Life is a thing done from 9 to 5. We wait for dark to become alive. So pull out your drum, your cymbal, and your fife. And like a tune that says showbiz, showbiz. It's better than life.
It's just a little bit further. Hi, Mom. Hi, Pop. This is Mo Plackenstein, and we're going out for a drink at Downey, so I need you to watch little Muriel here. She's the kid I told you about on the phone, the big talent. Muriel, Mo,
Quiet. Are you sure you're Miss Merman's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Merman?
Zimmerman.
Hey, I heard that. My ears must be adjusting. But how can you be Zimmerman and Miss Merman be Miss Merman?
When little Eth went into showbiz, she thought the name was too long.
So she lopped off the zim and became
Merman? Wow and a half. You two just talk like that because you're old.
What a sweet child. From where we come from in Astoria, well, no one speaks above a whisper. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Everyone is surprised that Ethel is our little girl. Us being so
quiet.
But Ethel is our baby. One and only. You should have seen her when she was little.
Ethel was a happy tot, not a peep.
If I sang a lullaby, she would sleep.
If I gave her applesauce, she would try it. Ethel was content to be nice and quiet.
Until one day we heard a blast and thought, well, they're digging a subway. At least we won't have quite so far to walk.
But then the noise grew bigger, and we thought, this can't be the subway. It was then that we knew our Ethel had learned to talk. And she was now. All alone, she would roar like a crow.
She would bark like a bitch.
So she was always on pitch.
She was crude.
She was coarse.
At the racetrack, she frightened a horse.
Today she's gone far, and our Ethel's a star. We're so proud.
But she's loud.
How come your Christmas tree's still up? I mean, it's summertime.
Ethel never takes it down. She says it makes her feel festive. This is the first tree we bought her in 1909.
In those days, when they called it an evergreen, they meant it. Christmas was a time she loved quite a lot.
But when she sang Silent Night, it was not.
Though for some her voice was less than inspiring.
Ethel made a wonderful air raid siren.
Really?
No. But as she grew, we rejoiced. We adored her.
Except for her voice.
And though we've done our best, when we're laid to our rest in our shroud, she'll still be.
No. So I put some more gin in my lemonade.
And I turn off the switch to my hearing aid and smile while the rest of the world is wowed. To a little dark woods.
So, do you like gin?
I'm not allowed to drink.
She means gin rummy. We have a nice quiet game of gin rummy.
No knocking.
Oh, well, I never played.
A pigeon. Wanna learn?
Sure.
Get the cards, Paul. We got a live one. Oh, me
you want to hear?
Oh, wait a minute.
Now.
Sing, honey, sing.
So, now I know your life story, Mo. I never knew the history of haberdashery could be so titillating.
Men need to look as good as women in their own way.
And you do cut a dapper figure there, Mr. Blackenstein.
I'm not changing my mind.
About what?
You know. I just think that
Everything is just the way it ought to be. Muriel should just go to school in Canarsie and forget about Broadway. Or maybe you're right, Mo. Or maybe not. It's like us, right? I'm over here, and you're over there. Nothing between but a table and air. So we sit, and we get nowhere. Still, nothing is written in stone. So if I get up, well, that's gonna prove maybe what once was immobile can move. No reason the needle should stick in the groove. No, nothing is written in stone. Take it from me, Mo, you gotta be flexible, or you might get in a rot. 'Cause nothing, Mo, is open and shut. And that sentence that seemed unassailable can be changed by the first available. But hey, bridges can burn, but also can mend. Love can grow up from the seeds of a friend. The secret of life is to know when to bend, or else you may end up alone. You must admit, Mo, nothing is written in stone.
The 10 Commandments,
What?
they're written in stone.
That's only because paper wasn't invented yet. Now listen, Mo, Muriel is a fantastic kid.
Don't tell me and do not sell me, I'm fine.
Me too.
You're no jury and little Muriel's mine.
How true. Pass up drama, taking accommodating stands. Soon you'll find if you keep an open mind, your life is a dance. I thought you'd never ask.
Miss Merman,
Ethel.
Ethel, Muriel had a mother, but
Is that it, Mo? Are you scared of losing her? You're her father.
yes, but I'm not dumb. I know she needs a mother.
Oh, Mo. Let's get cracking, 'cause Mr. Blackenstein time is short. Keep it proper, 'cause you're her papa and I'm support. Heaven sent her to this mentor, yes, indeed. Don't be mad, you'll always be her dad, okay? We're agreed.
Well.
Don't worry, Mo, it'll only be for a few days, couple months at the most. And if it doesn't work, well, what we have planned can all be undone. Weddings at midnight can split up by one. Remember June Haver, she was once a nun.
Didn't she marry Fred McMurray?
Today she is just an alone. Mo, be a kitten.
I need to think.
Nothing is written.
This is a big decision, and
Nothing is written in stone. Wait up, he'll take the check.
Meanwhile, back at Chez Zimmerman.
Miss Merman and Roderick late. Torture. Waiting to find out
Come out.
Dad, Miss Merman.
Ethel, call me Ethel.
I thought it was call me madam.
I can't have Muriel call me madam. I'll get arrested.
So?
So, do I get to be a Broadway star? Or will my life be ordinary and boring like all the other kids in Canarsie?
Muriel, your dad loves you.
Oh boy, this is not going to be good news.
And you know I only want what's best.
Keepers, this is really going to hurt.
So welcome to Chez Merman. From today on, you're my apprentice.
Who's gonna be learning the ropes? Like how to take stage and then murder the dopes. And who'll get the suckers to stand when she's through? Merman's apprentice, Merman's apprentice, Merman's apprentice, that's who.
Here we are. Hi, David. Hi, Marvin.
Ooh, I wanna have a real life rehearsal for a production number.
Yep. We have time to go out for a sandwich and be back in time for the end of the song.
But how can we?
Kiddo, lesson number 1. When you're the star of the show, when the dance music begins, you gracefully exit, let the dancers sweat their asses off, and become back for one last chorus and the applause. It's a cinch. Let's get some pastrami.
Whose duty is that she learns how to count up the house as she's taking her bow. Who'll be above the title upon each marquee? Merman's apprentice, Merman's apprentice, Merman's apprentice, that's me.
Publicity is a necessary evil. Tonight, they're going to give me an award at a banquet in Bloomingdale's, and we got to go.
The Bloomingdale's?
I know. What's next? The Tonys at Woolworth's?
Magic, I'm gonna learn magic. The tricks of the trade no one knows anymore. It would be tragic to lose all the magic. When she passes on, they will see that they passed all the magic to me.
You melt the mascara and you beat it on with a safety pin. But don't poke your eye out.
Who's passing her classes because she got extra credit for milking applause? Who holds notes forever without turning blue? That's who. Back in Canarsie, the kids are all bored, dreaming of mending the term. I'm never bored 'cause my school's made of dreams, 'cause I'm in the school of the Merm.
Now, about your name.
I know.
I've got it. Remember how Zimmerman became Merman? Well, like a good toothpaste, we get rid of the plaque and the steam. What's left in the middle?
Muriel and
No, that doesn't work. Okay, lop off the P and the N-steam and
Muriel Lake. It's perfect.
Muriel Lake, a star and a holiday resort.
Belting. I'm gonna learn belting. And maybe some acting between all those songs. Learn how to enter and go to sing center. I'll follow her lead and then we can both do what comes naturally. Now who will be cheered by the crowd? Who graduate proudly as summa cum laude? To be teacher's pet and then get her degree. The kid that she chose is coming up roses. Merman's apprentice,
Marvin, get in here! What were you doing? Were you sleeping?
Of course not. It's only 10 minutes to midnight. I was just doing the book straight.
Good. I just came back from Goldie's piano bar. Do you know who was there and singing a duet with herself? Merman. And then she was joined by the kids. Merman and Muriel.
Sounds like a vaudeville act.
I don't want my future star in vaudeville. Get me Ethel on the phone.
It's ringing, Almighty Merrick.
Oh, anybody's there. Oh, turn up your hearing aid.
What?
Give me the phone. Hello, Mr. Merrick.
How did you know it was me?
No one else ever calls here after 10 p.m. Ethel isn't here.
No, of course she's not. She's still out boozing it up with that babe.
What babe?
My new star to be, Muriel Lake. They were singing together at Goldie's in gay, drunken abandonment. You tell Ethel that I saw her and that I don't approve. I want little Muriel to burst onto the world as a big surprise, not as some degenerate Eloise who's hailed by East Side Queens as their personal Margaret O'Brien. Also, have Ethel deposit little Muriel, that is, if she's not too hungover, at my office for her first lesson. I hope you're getting all this down, Mrs. Zimmerman. In Pittman shorthand.
Oh, I got it all, Mr. Merrick. Not to worry.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good riddance.
Come on, kid. Could you believe it? Elaine stretched on the wagon. I never thought I'd live to see the day. No wonder I had so much to drink, I had to make up the national deficit. I'm glad you stayed sober, Muriel. One of us had to tell the cab driver where we live.
How was Goldie's? I heard you two sang a duet.
How did you know?
We heard you from here.
He's kidding. Mr. Merrick called. He was there tonight.
David? Why didn't he say hello? But the place was so packed. It's like Goldie sent out flyers saying we'd be there, or come to Goldie's Piano Bar and see Ethel Merman and her new discovery. Well, what do you know?
What's the matter?
Ethel hates being used, Muriel.
Especially by a friend I've known since Bert Lahr was in Rompers. Goldie knows I would do anything for him. He just has to ask. Didn't I man his cash register when he opened his place on Fire Island? I love making change for the boys, but I just want to be asked.
Calm down, Ethel. Don't holler.
I'm not hollering. It's time for bed, Miss Lake.
But
It's way past your bedtime. I promised your dad I wouldn't break too many rules. And everyone knows a future Broadway star needs 8 hours of sleep, or she's going to look 25 instead of 12.
good night. It was really great tonight.
I know. I know. So what did that Merrick monster really want?
Well, he seemed concerned about Muriel and you. And actually, so am I.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's only a few years since you lost Little Bit. And here you are, and we don't want you to get hurt again.
Don't be silly, Mom. Little Bit was my daughter, and Muriel is, well, she's Muriel.
I know. You're right, but, well, here she is. Here's her urn. I'll say goodnight to Little Bit. And then you get some rest. You're in rehearsal too, Miss Zimmerman.
When do you stop being a mother?
Oh, never. Even when Papa and I are in our own urns, we'll still be watching over you. Well, we'll leave you to say goodnight to Little Bit.
She really hated that nickname, didn't she?
She loved it. And she loved you. And don't you let any sucker ever tell you different.
Who turned on his hearing aid?
Don't worry. He hears what he wants to hear. Come on, Pop, let's hit the bed.
What?
You see?
Hey, you Little Bit, my little girl, who left me too soon. Little Bit, what a funny name to name you. But it fit, and that's how it had to be. Little Bit, you would yell and cry, and though I try to blame you, I admit you're a little bit like me. We would fight, and our fights would not be little. Who was right? I don't know, or I forgot. Now you're gone, Little Bit, and I'm alone with precious Little. Little Bit, I miss you a lot.
What's her name?
Her name was Ethel, just like me. But I like to call her Little Bit.
Did she like that name?
I don't think so, but it stuck.
Where is she now?
Right here.
I get it. It's like my dad's always saying lots of right here with us.
No, I mean she's here. These are her ashes.
Well, wow and a half. Can I touch them?
Yeah, sure. But don't sneeze or nothing. Like a song that could use a second chorus. It was wrong that you had to go away.
Thank you for letting me hold them. Was Little Bit a little girl like me when you lost her?
Oh no, she was all grown up. But she was still my little girl. Did you say your prayers?
I'm Jewish.
So what? Does it mean you don't pray?
Only when we go to the shul or at Passover Seder.
I went to one of those once at Julie Stein's house. I brought a ham sandwich.
You did?
Sure, I didn't want to get hungry. Now go to bed.
Good night.
Good night, Muriel. Little Bit, there's an old familiar saying. No one knows what they got until it's gone. Every night I just sit with you and dream in lieu of praying. Waiting here in the dark for a glimpse of the light. Say goodnight, my little bit. Mama's here, my little bit.
What's the latest scuttlebutt, Marvin?
Tickets for Merman are flying off the shelf.
Of course they are. That broad has sold out since girl crazy. But what about the advance on my new old child cast?
Well, they're not exactly storming the gates, but give it time.
Is she doing well in her lessons?
Merman is teaching her everything she knows, but the strange side effect is that she's starting to act like the kid's mother.
Really? Going soft, eh? Who would have dreamed? This gives me a new idea. A new plan I like to call muscling the Merman, filling Merrick's coffers.
But what about starring Muriel in the show?
Maybe I've been a little hasty about the novelty value of youth. I mean, sure, we'll give her a shot, but after we beat the long-run record. And the only way to do that is Merman. Merman.
David. Goldie's waiting outside all distraught. I think I saw some tears. Should I send him in?
Yes, send him right in.
Mr. Merrick will see you now.
Ah, so, what can I do for you?
It's Ethel. She came into the theater and pointed at me and said to the stage manager, "That man is never to speak to me again!"
Ah, the leaflets.
I only wanted to encourage a little business with those leaflets. I've known her a long time. This could go on for weeks, even months. I can't play rehearsal piano until she forgives me.
Goldie, don't be silly. You have a contract, and if you break it, I'll blackball you, and you won't even get a job playing kazoo in non-equity summer stock. She'll come round, I promise. She's a pussycat.
Ethel?
Something has changed here. That brashy broad is, well, let's face it, she's not getting any younger. She wanted a longer run in Dolly, but I said no.
You said no?
Did I say that? Oh, it's time for the conference. You can stay, Goldie. Bring the kid right in. You ready, kids? Good. Just follow my lead. Let the vultures in. Watch this. Meet the kid with talent. Meet the kid with moxie. A song unsung. She's just as great as Merman. Except the kid is young. She can do a time step. Hold a note forever. She'll have you all in tears.
Ephraim, I want to rejoin the human race.
Her voice so grand will shake all the chandeliers. Meet the kid who's gonna make my musical run for years.
But what about Ethel? What does she think about being replaced by a child?
Ethel begged me. Ethel pleaded, David, I want a son for the run of the play. She was desperate to be needed, but I told her, Ethel, you're soft as custard. Who knows how long you can cut the mustard? And I don't want you dying, God forbid. So, 3 months off the Merman, and then it's
Meet the
Kid.
Dying? He has me dying? Goldie, did he really say that?
Yes, just not as loud.
Can't cut the mustard. Since when did David start using hot dog metaphors? I was just going to march into his office and tell him he has to sign me to a longer contract.
That's all. That is exactly what he wants, and exactly what you don't want. You're walking right into his trap.
Oh my God, she's speechless!
Sit! Ah, there's a good girl.
Marvin, get in here! Any word from Merman or an agent? Anyone begging to extend their contract?
I haven't heard a thing.
Okay, fine. Plan B. I want you to push little Muriel harder in the lessons and rehearsals. I want you to make sure that they are strenuous and tough, and that the poor kid goes home to Merman and cries.
Cries?
If my subtle approach didn't work, maybe appealing to her compassionate side will do the trick. I'll get that Howard to sign a long-term contract if it kills you.
Me?
Meet the kid at 7. Take her to her lessons. No time for snacks. Just work the kid to death and don't let the kid relax. And if she can't take it, cries into her ice cream, complains that she is stressed. His strangled breath will bring her to Ethel's breast. Make the kid a whiny brat, and Merman will do the rest.
No time for lunch now, Muriel. Mr. Merrick has you on a tight schedule.
Fencing, I gotta learn fencing. I tap a lot, then sing a scale. Wired, we call me been tired. While being admired is nice, the boy doesn't come with a prize.
Well, here we are back at Ethel's apartment, Muriel. I bet you're tired. I bet you're exhausted. I bet you're at the end of your tether.
What's a tether?
Rope! So, what are you gonna do tonight? Whine and cry and moan?
Oh, there you are, little Muriel. Hurry up, we're going to go out to 21 for dinner, and then I'm going to put you to sleep with a lullaby. Muriel, what a funny name to name you. Good night, David. Good night, Marvin.
Marvin, plan C. Well, Mr. Blackenstein, she's tired, she's exhausted. I'm afraid all the whining and crying are getting on Ethel's nerves. I have to say, I'm a little worried about how she's gonna hold up, under the pressure.
My Muriel? She can do it. She comes from hardy stock.
Yes, but when you're selling a tire or a hat, you don't get creamed by the New York Times.
The Times?
God, I hate the critics.
They eat kids for breakfast. It's like a sport. They'll say she's short on talent.
What's worse, they'll say she's short.
Then, of course, there's stage fright.
Everybody has it.
From Mexico to Rome, they shake the
Etc. Just like a metronome. Who could blame a father if he said, come, please come back home? She'll be crawling, she'll be pleading, David, please let me sign for the rest of the show. David, on that day when she's conceding, I can burn the poster of My Fair Lady. She'll star as Dolly till 1980. What's that sound? It's the turning of the worm, and I'm turning Meet the Kid into Meet The Merman.
So, let me get this straight. First, you thought that if you built up Muriel and put down Merman, Ethel would rebel and want to show she still had it and would sign a long-term contract.
Possible.
And then, you thought that by working Muriel to death and making her all whiny and clingy, Ethel would get all protective and or sick of her, and then she would sign a long-term contract.
Feasible.
And now, by getting her father to want the kid to come back to Canarsie, you are counting on Ethel to feel terrible about failing as a mentor and surrogate parent, and that will make her sign a long-term contract.
Viable. You see, Marvin, it's all about family. You got Papa Mo.
Meet the kid with talent.
Maybe something should be written in stone. Maybe Uriel should come home.
Mom and Pop Zimmerman.
Meet the kid with Moxie.
I don't know, Pop. Maybe Ethel's getting too close to the girl.
And baby makes 3.
Come on and meet the...
Wait a minute, do I bring the newspaper down on the count of 4 or 6?
Never mind, Muriel. Tonight, instead of singing a lullaby to you, I was thinking I might read you a bedtime story. The one about Rogers and the 3 Hammersteins. It's really scary.
Meet the kid with talent. Meet the kid with Moxie. A song and song. She's just as great as Merman, except the kid is young. She can do a time step, hold a note forever. She'll have you all in tears. Her voice so grand, oh, shake all the chandeliers.
Muriel, I need you to do more publicity.
Muriel, the making a lovely vocal and method acting classic.
Hi, Muriel. We're going to the circus tonight. Test on. Careful, you might go out the sunrise.
Muriel!
Muriel!
Teachers from junior high, the fish sticks they serve most every Friday. I miss my dad especially, and I wonder if he's missing me.
Oh, Muriel dear, I am sorry to interrupt your ballad. But I took this phone message from you from your friend Cassandra Miskin back in Canarsie. She said the Brooklyn Day was a great blast. Your dodgeball team did just fine without you.
I miss my neighbors. I miss my bike. I miss the houses on my street that look alike. I miss the soda jerks who sold me 2 cents plain. I miss the takeout food. I miss the cold chow mein. Buses that never comes. The hydrants we open every summer. I miss the fun of Brooklyn Day. I even miss the smelly bay. I miss Canarsie and wish I never went
Gee, kid, do you really want to go home?
You heard that?
I haven't been teaching you to project for nothing. Don't you like it here?
Of course I do. But I'm getting scared.
Of what?
Well, Mr. Merrick is pushing me hard, telling me that tickets aren't selling and that I should go out there and do more publicity. He even gave me some tickets to pass out in Times Square, and Mr. Blackstone is always directing me to one more lesson and one more fitting and one more rehearsal, and then you.
Me?
Well,
I know. I like Medeon's feet. And I'm not used to acting. I'm sorry, Muriel. But it felt so right.
What did?
Being a mom again. Singing you to sleep. But every time I would sing, I would wake you up.
That's for man to get your gun.
Of course it is. I know. I'm not your mom, and I can't replace her, and
I can't replace Lil Bit.
no.
Must really miss her.
Oh, she was a handful. I remember when we would go to the park, and I would get so mad because she couldn't decide what she wanted to do. I would scream at her, "You don't want to go on the swings, you don't want to go on the seesaw, what the heck do you want to do?" Maybe I was a handful too. I mean, I was doing 8 shows a week. 8 shows. I would be up there singing "There's No Business Like Show Business" and thinking how I forgot to make her a tuna sandwich for lunch. I guess I wasn't the best mom in the world.
I didn't really know my mom. My dad is great, though.
Mo's the top. He's a dad, a mom, and a haberdasher rolled into one. And you, Miss Lake, you don't need another parent.
Nope. But I could use a chum.
Really?
Really.
You mean a pal.
Uh-huh.
To boost your morale.
That's right.
When you're left with a bag of crumbs, what's left?
Just chums, the kind that stick through thick and thick. It is quick and quick, just pull for anyone who comes.
No one else but your chum.
All the rest are just bums. Thank the lucky star that we are. I'm feeling generous, Ethel. You take the high note.
Are you nuts? Not in this key. But you just sang a whole ballad about it.
That's when you were smother-mothering me. And now that we're chums again, I don't want to go home. But I also don't want to stay away from my dad. And
You don't want to go home? You don't want to stay away from your dad? What the heck do you want?
I want to stay here long enough to become a star and then go back home to Canarsie and show off my Tony to all the kids who ever doubted me.
That makes perfect sense. So, let's hit Downey's, convince your dad that you should stay for a while and knock back a couple of cocktails while the drinks are still 2 for 1. But first, let's reprise the reprieve. She found a $10 bill, which was exactly what the cab cost. So who do you think's going to win the Tony? Never heard of a call.
I'm taking Muriel home.
Then who's going to find the buckle off my shoe? Did you order me an old-fashioned?
Ethel.
Leave out the cherries, leave out the orange, Oh, never mind, I know. I got your phone message, and of course, Mo, it's natural for you to have second thoughts, but we have to think about Muriel.
I am. My mind is made up. Mr. Merrick is right. And
Listen, Mo, David may be right. Maybe Muriel won't be able to hack it. But then again, maybe she will. It's like us. I'm over here, and you're over there.
Ethel, the reprise won't work this time.
But it always works in my show.
This isn't a show. It's real life.
But showbiz is better than life. Mr. Merrick taught me that.
Oh, Muriel.
Muriel, your father thinks you can't be a Broadway star, that you're cracked under the pressure. He thinks this isn't the life for you. He thinks you're going to be miserable. He thinks I can't get away with singing a reprise.
But Dad, I know I'm working really hard, but I'm singing and dancing and fencing and learning and going out every night to Goldie's where I sing some more and stay up late and watch people drinking and carousing and I never want it to end.
But Muriel, it has to end.
No!
Your dad is right about that part.
Whose side are you on?
Yours, kiddo. But you need to know how it's really going to be. You know, Muriel, once I open in the show, it's a glass of warm milk and a soft bed for us.
No more late nights?
Nope.
No more liquid lunches and gap fests that last until 4 a.m.? No more reprises?
No, ma'am. From now on, I got through 40 years of 8 shows a week. Being a Broadway star is not a job. It's a calling. It's like taking the veil. 8 shows you show without fail. No matter how you may feel, you show or the show is a failure. It's like taking a vow. 8 shows you show and you bow. You give your all, that's the deal, no matter what happens to ail ya. Yes, you give up a lot every day, just to get through each night till you're done. To them, you're a luminous star, but what you are, kid, is a nun. You're alert on day 1 and dead by day 4. So Muriel, baby, beware what you pray for. Now don't get me wrong, I'm happy belting a song. But by Saturday night, your belt starts to tighten, your knuckles get white, and you wail. But if you can just stay awake till you go home and make your Saturday supper and break out the mail, you recover on Sunday and start again Monday, taking the veil, taking the veil.
There's got to be more. What about all the glamour? The people at stage door?
Oh, sure. You exit at 11. You say goodnight to Max. The crowd's been there since 10, and not one has got a pen. Still you smile as the mob attacks. Oh, Miss Merman, you were great. You were swell. You say thank you, but you know you were great. You were swell. Yeah, 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 but they didn't even see the show. And the ink gets on your fingers, but you sign until you're blue. Then they all want a picture, a handshake, a kiss, and what do you get? Their flu. Your standby goes on as a fill-in, while you have to take penicillin, and the grosses go down as you're blowing your nose. The producer has connections as he threatens to close. So before you are well, though it's hell, you come back to the show, 'cause you know that if you're a hit, then you're a slave and that's it. If you're signed for a year, you make it appear that you're fresh when it's clear that you're stale. So just try to get through the week without having to speak. Kid, this isn't the life for the meek or the frail, but it's the world that you covet, so you better love it. Taking the veil. Good reviews are all baloney when Mary Martin wins the Tony. What's life in the theatre, my dear? It's taking the veil.
I'm ready to be a nun. I thought this was good and black. Please let me stay, Dad.
Muriel, did you know your dad always wanted to be a commercial artist? To paint those big posters you see on the buildings and buses? He told me that at Downey's.
I didn't even know you were listening. Okay, okay, you can take the veil. But remember, you're still Jewish.
A Jewish nun, sure. Hey, let's order a pizza. I don't open until tomorrow. Then it's steak and a baked potato every night.
Tomorrow? Aren't you nervous?
Nervous? Do you know what Richard Rogers told me? Ethel, if those suckers could do what you do, they'd be up there. Never forget that, Muriel. And one other thing. Never eat anchovies before kissing Fernando Lamas.
grab a Scotch Eddie Hattie bar.
Those gossips will bore you to death. Oh, be talking about our little Ethel.
Wasn't she great?
Well, maybe long ago.
For me, this intermission is the best part of the show.
Ah, Marvin, there you are. God, I love intermission.
Why? You gonna cut at the orangeade?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
So, do we get to go backstage after the show?
Oh, I never go backstage. Ethel always used to beg me to. But I told her I never go to see her father at his job either.
Well, it's official. Merman's 3-month run is a sellout. But once it doesn't matter what the critics say, and they love her. Dolly's doing great. Dolly's doing swell. Merman doing Dolly means the tickets sell.
Well, at least when she leaves, you got the kid to take over.
The kid is selling bupkis, sure to come a cropper. Sure, the kid is nice, but the kid is green, so we'll send her back home to Papa.
What?
But David.
No. Marvin, the only chance of becoming the long-run champ is Merman. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell Ethel about the ticket sales after the show. She'll feel terrible for the kid and sign another contract. I feel it in my bones. And then the kid can go right back to Canarsie.
Come on, we have to go backstage.
But you'll never go back there.
Tonight I am breaking my rule.
The best part of every show is intermission.
But I thought you said you loved doing the show.
Sure I do, but a girl's gotta have 15 minutes to cool her dogs. Those high-button spiked heels are killers.
5 minutes, Miss Merman.
Thank you. Mom, Pop, what are you doing here?
Merrick. Merrick strikes again. You need some more rouge on your left cheek.
What are you talking about, Mom?
She's talking about your complexion.
No, I have not. That's too much rouge now.
Slow down. I never saw them move this fast. What about Merrick? What did Merrick do?
It's not what he did. It's what he's not going to do. Pop, I heard him.
Merrick said he doesn't have any intention of making Muriel a star. She's not selling tickets.
That part you heard?
He's counting on you to bail her out.
Oh, he's played the oldest trick in the world on you. He made you think of someone else, except apart from Ethel.
The son of a...
But does that mean I'm not going to be the first 12-year-old to star in a big Broadway musical and come down the stairs in a red dress?
Oh, don't worry, Muriel. If Mr. Merrick doesn't want you, we can just go home.
She's not going anywhere. All of you, intermission is over. You gotta get back to your seats. You just leave Mr. Merrick to Miss Merman. And turn up your hearing aid, Pop. You're gonna love the second act.
Come on, everyone. The last time Ethel had this look in her eyes, they fired 2 baby tunes and an Uncle Jocko.
Now get your ass in the dolly dress. Come on, Muriel, get the dress, feathers and all.
But...
We've got an entr'acte, elegance, and the waiter's gallop to get you ready. When Rudolph says she's here, and those curtains part, and a spotlight hits the top of the staircase, you, Miss Muriel Lake, are going to be there. And you are going to stop the show.
But how can I go out there when they're expecting you? What will they think?
They'll think it was shrunk at the dry cleaners. Muriel will think you're great.
But I've never been on stage in front of all these people.
None of us has. These are new people. Listen, Muriel, just remember what George Gershwin told me just before I stepped out there for the first time. If you screw this up, it's back to stenography.
But I don't know how to take stenography.
do some business, and then you're dead. If all the world's a stage demanding gaiety, then the key to it, kid, is spontaneity. Before you enter any day, don't think, can I get through it? Just get your butt out of the door and do it. It's as easy can be. Like Mary told those brats, it's do, re, mi. Take it from me. Shoulders back, plant your feet, raise your arm, 'cause now you're gonna sing. Put 'em smack in their seat, and they're yours. Yes, now you're gonna sing. Too much prep can make you snap. You want drama? Call Joe Pep. Close your eyes and open up your trap. And your voice flies right out. Make it soar, just like you're on a swing. There's no choice, there's no doubt, there's just a sing. So don't wait to be inspired. All those warm-ups make you tired. Show them what you're about, and then we'll go out for some chow. Yes, now you're gonna sing. You're gonna sing. You're gonna sing. Get your ass on that stage and let out all the rage. So now you're gonna
That night, theater history was made because when the curtain parted at the top of the Harmonia Garden staircase, there to the shock of everyone in the St. James's Theater in her miniature dolly dress was Muriel Lake.
Watch me walking down the stairs. See me shadowing the grades. Shoulders back and head up high. As each wave completes. And I like it. I really like it. Now I'm stepping on the stage. Time to open up and sing. Smile and kiss my fears goodbye. Ethel's watching from the wings. Don't you like it? I really like it. As I pull out the charm and sass but never push. Wow, wow, fellas, I didn't follow my tush. Now they're welcoming me back, and the audience goes wild. Stop, breathe, count up to 10. They're loving every pose as I stride it. I'll say it again. I really like it.
Holy crap, I think was she. Another dolly joined the fun. Just a kid, but what a voice. She could be a minivan. And they like her. They really like her. See her smile as she goes by. Though she's smaller than a node, she looks confident as hell.
Can you tell that I'm home? And I like it. I really like it. As I pass by the waiters, I'll give each one a glance. Wow, wow, fellas. Sure, it's time for our dance.
Dance!
Now the temple's going back. And we start to do the dance. Strut, strut,
Strut, lift up your skirt.
It sparkles even more when you like it.
She likes it.
And I like it.
She likes it.
Take a minute and
curtain came down, there was pandemonium. And outside the stage door, the autograph hounds proclaimed a new star.
One day you're no one and nobody cares. Then they'll stare as you walk down the stairs, and you're a Broadway star.
One at a time.
One day a kid with no future ahead. Next day you stand by, will wish you were dead. 'Cause you're a Broadway star.
It's your time.
Forget Angela, Cheetah, and Gwen.
I'll make a bet. There are 3 stars on Broadway, Uriel, me, and someone whose name I forget.
Here comes someone! Oh, it's no one.
Better get used to that, Mo.
Well, Ethel, that was some opening night. Let's all grab a cab and hit Sardis. They loved you, Muriel, I have to admit. They loved the surprise and the shock of it. But one musical number in a red dress does not a star make.
Oh, David, you know that she's got what it takes. And I know that weasel of a press agent brought you an advanced edition of the reviews. Clyde Bond said that the giving of a kid will make the show run forever. I think Muriel and I should split the run and make Dolly the longest running musical in history.
Martin, get my dictaphone machine. Does this mean you'll sign a new contract?
Well, you know what a softy I am. But the kid has to be part of the deal. I mean, my features are too big for TV anyway, and she's the future David.
But I thought he didn't want to do any more phone runs.
Did I ever tell you that little Bit wanted to be an actress? Everyone told her it was too hard a nut to crack. I told her it was easy. But the truth is, it's in between. She never did what she dreamed. When I saw you out there, well, I can do this for you. And her.
I was wrong. It's possible to be hard and soft at the same time.
Hey, not in front of the kid.
Well, where will I live?
Well, where do you want to live?
I want to live with you, Dad, in Canarsie.
That's a smart kid.
Hey, and maybe Miss Merman can come and visit us, and you can cook your mother's famous kasha varnishes.
Couldn't I just have a ham sandwich?
So, Mr. Mac, I really get to wear that red dress 4 times a week.
Apparently, kid.
Then I think you should slit it up the side a little bit. I want to show some leg.
I taught her everything she knows. Studious as she learns how to count up the house as she's taking her bow. Who'll be upon the title upon each marquee? Merman's Apprentice. Merman's Apprentice.
Goshie and Gully, who's slinging Dolly?
Merman's Apprentice.
There, you see. Didn't I tell you Broadway was a place where dreams come true? Ah, showbiz. It really was better than life. Right, Muriel?
You bet your ass.
Merman's Apprentice.